Hey, what's up with you good people? This your boy, Johnny Mac and the Johnny Mac Show. Um, had a great build earlier. Had a great build with some guys. We did it over Zoom chat. So I want to play the audio from that. I want to play the audio from that, and we're gonna start doing them. I'm gonna start doing these, trying to do these as much as I can as part of this quarantine and chill podcast through this Zoom chat. I got the audio now, and we talk about some of the current issues. We talk about a couple of different things going on. The brother Paris and the brother that goes by the name of CJ. So we're gonna chit chat it up. And I'm gonna just kind of play that when we get through with everything here, and then I think I'm gonna do another actual show tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I got a couple of things that I wanted to talk about and a couple other issues and stuff too. So let's go ahead and get the party started, man. Without further ado, this your boy Johnny Mac.
Honey,
Yes, dear.
could you please pass me the Grey Poupon?
Is it that time again?
Yes, it's time for the Johnny Mac Show. Officially launched in 2018, the Johnny Mac Show follows trending topics that are molding both the American and global societies together. We thank you for tuning in as usual, as the topics brought to you today are what you care about the most. Be sure to subscribe on the Johnny Mac Spreaker Show and check your local times and listings on iHeartRadio. And now, without any further ado, we bring you the man himself. Here's Johnny Mac.
Yes, man. Yes, man. I am he is I. Tim with the slitted brim, or whatever Snoop used to say. But yeah, man. Yeah, this was a real interesting build that we did, and we just talked about a lot. We had so much that we didn't actually even get to finish, so it definitely will be a part 2 to this. I think I got one that I'm doing tonight with the brother Chris Cash, and I think Paris Cherry may even be on that one with us as well. And again, just some stuff to give you to think about, to touch on what's on everybody's mind right now, especially right now where there's no sports or there's no nothing. The main thing that we could be doing is helping build each other, helping just to get through the times and giving ideas. It's not saying that all of these theories or ideas are true, and whether they're true or not, but we are trying to bring as many facts as possible, and try to stray away from the theories and so forth. So but even with the facts, a lot of times through the facts you have to develop the theories to get to the facts, and that is a fact, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm gonna take a quick break real quick, play a few jams. I'm gonna play a jam. I'm gonna go ahead and roll with my joint, man, the Track Man featuring Project Pat and featuring Fiend. I'm gonna go ahead and jam that joint, man, and get this jump popping. And then when we come back, man, I'm gonna play that. We'll be playing the audio from the build I had with my brother CJ and what I had with my guy Paris Cherry over the Zoom chat. All right then, so let's get it popping. This is your boy Johnny Mac and the Johnny Mac Show. Let's get into
the Johnny
this
Mac Show, bitch. You listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
I'm just trying to stuff paper in my pocket like a school locker. I'm just trying to run a play and dodge a blocker. It could be a hater, dog, or maybe a car, but I get the ups on you like a record deal. I drop you, straight pop you. I'm busting if my life in danger. Extendo clip got 30 hitters coming through the chamber. I'm just getting to the to the bread. Your girlfriend looking crazy cause I burnt her head. Like a cigarette, I don't indulge in bullshit. Talk money like Creflo Dollar, I just ain't in the pulpit. Ballin' like KD, legend like Dr. J. Blowing gas with my knees, we shoot the shit and
They
shoot
all call
the
me up when it's crunch time. Fuck with me tough when I touch down. Hey. I kept that bass in the pipeline. I conquered shit in my lifetime. I kept my head above water. Although niggas, they was pushing me down, but they can never hold me down, 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 down. They can never hold me down. No. And you was finna let me drown, 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 drown. So I don't wanna hear this sound. No. I live my life through the wire. Threw them off with these punchlines. You probably wouldn't even believe me. I did it all on one lifeline. They can never pull me down. Woo. They can never pull me down.
Yo, check me out, track. Hey, on my band-aid disappear like magic. What is this wizardry? Took cocaine, was turned to crack. Had no concern for chemistry. Pray the Lord gon' forgive me. Trap my greater to deliver it. My every win to a misery. You reach the short, can't get the middle. Time for the total pole like snow patrol. Yeah, I try to sell him blow like I know his nose. You missed a little homie there smoking cold. He wanted his to go. Head busted on treasure. Proudly work for undercovers. Pop will put up in the bubble. Run first side of trouble. You act like mama never loved you. Abracadabra. Catching my mattress up. I was a trafficker. I was passenger. First you see it, now you don't. Money will be after, son. Fuck that government shutdown. About to go buy me a bus down. Ball for breakfast, it's lunch now. I came for the win, baby.
They all call me up when it's crunch time. Fuck with me tough when I touch down. Hey. I kept that bass in the pipeline. I conquered shit in my lifetime. I kept my head above water. Although niggas, they was pushing me down, but they can never hold me down, 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 down. They can never hold me down. No. And you was finna let me drown, 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 drown. So I don't wanna hear sound. No. I live my life through the wire. Threw them off with these punchlines. You probably wouldn't even believe me. I did it all on one lifeline. They can never pull me down. Woo. They can never pull me down. Hey.
Listen to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch. You listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Have you ever been pulled over by the police at 4 a.m. drinking after a party? Is your landlord violating your lease? You going through divorce, adoption, or child support? If so, then you need Legal Shield. Legal Shield gives you the law in your pocket through an easy-to-use app for just $20 a month. Always have 24-hour access to an attorney near you. If you need this, email me at macworld2020@gmail.com. That's Macworld, MACKWORLD2020@gmail.com, and put the law in your pocket.
You listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch. You listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Everybody been knowing me as a conspiracy theorist anyway, so it's like anytime something go on, I'm the dude everybody expect me to say it's something wrong with. Like this way back since Katrina and 9/11,
Right.
I'm just that dude that like people. So lately I ain't said nothing over the last 3, 4, 5 years. I just been focused on her growing up doing basketball. Like I just, even when the floods came and all of that, and FEMA started popping up all over the place with all the floods and the fires and this and that, people kind of was looking at me like, man, you're starting to sound like, and I still, everybody saw the shit happening with Walmart. Everybody was talking, like coming to me like, damn, but nobody, but now it's like, I'm sensei now. Everybody phone, everybody ready. What do we do now? I don't know what we gonna do. I just told you this shit happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know the way out. I just knew, I could just look at the chessboard and tell, man, there's some pieces being moved around, and it's even deeper, especially when you get into the political part of it. And you know, all of that. I always been the dude, like, I ain't, you know, at one point it was, you know, how you grow up Democrat just because, you know, you start off black, you know, so, you know,
Right.
family and so forth, especially from the South, you know, just because you don't know, no, you know, you just, you know, you go with that. Then later when you get to doing research and you find out, you like, well, maybe this ain't really how it's supposed to go. So then, like, so I just got to the point to where I'm just like, man, I don't go left wing, right wing, whatever. Me, it's just whatever makes sense. Like, fuck the left, fuck the right wing. It's the bird that I got the problem with. The bird is causing the problems. What's up with the bird? Like, you know,
well,
and
they say, you know, it's two wings of a dirty bird. You know, in the Bible, you know, God calls, he talks about unclean fowl, unclean bird, and that is the American political system. And you know, if you choose either side, you know, you fall into the trap.
Right.
If you go with Trump, if you go with Obama, you go with Clinton,
you go with Clinton. Even if you go with my favorite was Kennedy, and even still, it ain't he wasn't clean. Like none of them, anybody.
You know what people don't understand is that within this political and government game, that there's various levels of evil. You know, I tell people, you know, the Democrats, you know, they'll put a vaccine in your arm and try to implement some new world order stuff. You know, and Trump, the thing about Trump is he's just about getting money. You know, Trump worships the dollar bill.
The dollar bill. He's the true story of a capitalist. If there's ever been a story of a capitalist, that is the number one capitalist you're gonna find. It ain't no bigger capitalist in America. Like just that fits the name. You can put him on the dollar bill for real. Like he looks like it with the gold hair and the, you know, the way he just looked like he looked like when you say America in business, like you hear that his face, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think he, you know, he's someone who, you know, he's God will give the people the ruler that they want, and even if they say something different, their hearts, you know, that's why I say, you know, people criticize Trump, but he's representative of a thought process of many people in this country, and not just from people talk about, you know, racism and white supremacy. I don't even mean like that, but I mean from the capitalist, you know, in the love of money that this country is built on. So they got exactly what they deserve, and then, you know, it's funny that they go and they want a lot of people want to complain. And it's like, you know, you know, I tell people, you gotta get off the pulpit, man. You know, people, they want to complain and attack him and make accusations that a lot of times are not unfounded, and forget that all the presidents are shady. And no matter what color skin they are,
no matter what president, right? No matter Democrat, Republican, Independent, it don't matter. It's the system itself. Yeah, the system itself. Right. My boy just got on the line. I ain't mean to cut you off. My guy just got on the line. Yo, you there? See?
Is he on there?
It said that I just added it. Hold on. Oh, he's muted. Hold on, I got him muted. There you go. Can you hear me, CJ?
There we go.
There we go. My bad. I didn't have it synced. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all. Y'all can get started. Y'all can start introducing and all that. I got it on set. It's recording now. And we'll get started. Let me just grab my notes and y'all can start talking. Whoever want to go first, and we'll kind of let me get my notes.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna be on mute for a minute because I'm doing some ripping and running because I got a lot of noise in my background. So just to keep the line quiet, you know what I'm saying? Hey, nice to meet you though, Brother Paris. How you doing?
Thank you too, man. Thanks for jumping on, man. Good to meet you too. I think we're gonna touch on some real stuff. Touch on some real stuff during the duration of this little podcast, man. Give a lot of good information to the people. You feel me?
For sure, man. Let's put it out here and let's get it done.
All right, man. There we go. So yeah, man. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. Us being able to come together and do this thing, man, and try to get some of this information out here for the people, man. For everybody listening, they call me Johnny Mac, and I got a little radio show I do on Spreaker called The Johnny Mac Show. Just a podcast I do mixed with underground music. on top of real deal issues. And you can catch it on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, anywhere, Spotify, anywhere that that people get music and all of that kind of stuff. And that's me in Florida. Y'all already went, but then am I messing up something?
No, you good. It's your show. We in your world. We in your pond right now, bro. You got it.
All right, so tell me about you, CJ. Either one of y'all tell a little bit about y'all, and we'll get this thing cranking.
Well, my name is Paris Cherry, man. I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts. Currently stay out in Louisville, Kentucky, man. I'm a full-time professional basketball skill development coach. Former professional basketball player, played in NBA G League and other minor leagues around the country.
You played in the NBA G League?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's real with the basketball. Okay, yeah. But above all, man, I'm a servant of the Most High, and I'm honored and thankful to get with you, man, and get on this broadcast, give some people some real information that they can use, and have some power and have some truth. There we go. All right, what about you, brother?
All right, my name is Djah'u-twy Harar of Safun, also known commonly by a lot of people as CJ, from Memphis 10, graduate of Overton High School. Right now, I do want to say this real quick. I do want to declare the innocence of Dr. Malachi G. York, who's been wrongfully imprisoned in Admax in Florence, Colorado. So I do want to put that out there, that he is innocent of all charges that he was convicted of, and he will be free soon. But moving on from that, I'm a proud member of the Sabian Order, of the Sabian Nation, of the Sabian Tribe, and we are formerly known as the Nuwapians or the Nuwabians. That was our old title that we went by, but we have updated and upgraded. And pretty much, man, the whole thing is about, like the brother Paris said, we are all servants of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So as servants and as children of the Most High, our job is to simply be out here as beacons of light and to right the wrongs that we see so many of them are happening right now. And with that, we have to make sure that we keep elevating our people and unifying our people, because the biggest thing that the devil has already done, or that those adverse forces have already done, is keep us divided. And with the new coronavirus, this new little propaganda they pushing now, social distancing, that's going to further divide the people. And right now, that's going to put us in a situation to where it will immobilize us and keep us from coming together the way we should. And
right. Let's start there real quick. So yeah, and that's where I wanted to go. So let's start off with everything that's currently going on. So right now we're seeing everybody social distancing everywhere. You constantly seeing that it's it started off, it was a 2-week thing, went from a 2-week thing to a 4-week thing, from a 4-week thing to where it's almost, they telling us it's gone, most places unextended out to June. You went to July in Virginia. So the secret is out that this is gonna last longer. This is gonna probably be the entire summer, as slowly as it's been played around. You could tell it's gonna at least be the summer before everything is even whatever. And like you said, social distancing constantly happening. They want to keep everybody away from each other. We got all this information and misinformation going out. We don't know who in charge is what it looked like. You see it. And so just to even start off with all of that, either one of y'all want to take the flow, and let's open up that way, and then we'll kind of go and I'll break in
Listening to
between.
the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Whatever, but yeah, let's build on that, y'all. What y'all think? Either one, y'all go.
Man, I'm sitting here, as we talking, I'm looking at, I got CNN.com up, right, and it talks about the president of France is pushing for world peace, a world truce, in response to the coronavirus. So this is going to be the implementation of the one world government.
What Bush was talking about a long time ago, the first Bush.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was prophesied in the Bible. It says when they say peace and safety, that's when it's on. That's when you know that they've implemented a new world order and that one world government. So it seems like we're pushing fast toward that. But I think that we still have a chance if the people are informed and can come together and voice opposition, which is happening, all over the country right now.
Right. What about you, brother?
I mean, the brother didn't really pretty much hit the nail dead on the head. I mean, this whole thing is not going to get better. There is the normalcy which people think that they once had. To be honest, they're not going to go back to that. If you follow the scriptures very carefully, you will see that we're coming into that age. Where this is that time where the devil is going to have rule. Because the reason why, because as the scripture says, he says that he knows, but he has a short time. So all of these things he must do before his end, his judgment. So he's going full throttle right now. So whatever normalcy people have been accustomed to, it's not going to go back to that. Key things, we was watching the movie, me and my wife was watching the movie Snowpiercer last night. Movies like Snowpiercer, movies like Deep Impact, movies like
Demolition Man,
old classic Soylent Green, Demolition Man. They all the thing is, we was warned and told long ago by our master teacher that he said that the educational system is now in the movies. The movies are the educational system, not the schools. The schools are just basically detention camps. You know what I'm saying? And we started seeing that. Johnny, I know you remember back in the day when we were sitting there looking at how they started building all the elementary schools, and we was like, man, these just look like little prisons. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's the reality. And as we saw the accumulation of events to lead to this, we knew it was coming. So now that we are here, the question that everybody is asking, so what's next? What's next is they already have. Remember, you got to go back 2 or 3 years ago when they was rolling out the RFID chips. Now the thing is, what they do is they put it in movies, then they do a test run in the real world, like the company in Washington that got all in Oregon. Oregon, they got all this. Go ahead.
No. I said I want to build on that too. Yeah, because with the chip, if you notice over the last 5 to 6 years, now swiping my card was perfectly fine and it was a lot easier and a lot safer compared to but you remember about 5 years ago, no matter where you went, they wanted you to even get implemented with hearing the word chip. So whenever you went to the store, if you got a chip on your card, what did the machine do? It damn near sounded like your shit got rejected. It'll go to remind you to do what? Use the chip. I'm just saying subliminally, we've even been coached into using because swiping my card was fine. Like that was easier to me and that was quicker. I could just go swipe and I'm out. Now I got to put the card actually in there, and if I don't, it give me a loud noise letting me know. And what they would tell you, use your chip. What the lady at the store said, sir, you got to use a chip. Hey, we got a chip. Sir, it's a chip. Do you have a chip? Just to even get you used to hearing it, that you're going to buy, sell, and trade with a chip. You already been, everywhere you went, and it's an ugly noise when it's almost like your shit get rejected. And you look around like, damn, I got money in the bank. Let's calm down.
Well, see, I want to finish my thought, but that was a good sprinkling on it.
Yeah.
Because here's the reality. Here's the reality with that. With them coming up with the chip system, the chips, the scripture said in Revelation where he said that no man will be able to buy or sell unless he has the mark of the beast. Now the chip was only the first step, but we got to remember the chip before it hit the cards. Remember, they had started chipping the money as a counterfeit measure. Remember that? See what I'm saying? So if we start walking back, we can see the implementation of it going all the way back to the 80s. You know what I'm saying? When they actually, like you said, when Bush Sr. made that announcement that we are going to set up a new world order. That was the indication then that things are going to be changing. So now we fast forward to today, and the things that we're dealing with now everybody now finna get RFID chip if you choose to take that chip. You know what I'm saying? But the main thing about that is because they have to get the currency out of the hands of the people, and they have to be able to control the currency more efficiently. Remember, just 2-3 years ago, when the banks were all Bitcoin. When Bitcoin came out and Bitcoin boomed, remember the banks had said they were already trying to work on that technology, but the people, the few people that created Bitcoin, they perfected what the banks couldn't. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was the whole thing that was downplaying Bitcoin. Like, yo, this ain't gonna be nothing. This ain't gonna trade. You know what I'm saying? But then once the wealthy started saying, yo, this is the way of the world. Yo, the digital currency, which we're calling cryptocurrency. Then all of a sudden, what happened? Bitcoin shot up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a coin. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because then it validated that the method which Bitcoin used, which was peer-to-peer and encryption, meaning that now you have to have a computer, you have to have a digital mainframe in place in order for these things to work. So remember, all of this goes back to the World Wide Web. What's a web? A web is something that's weaved by a spider.
To get you caught and trapped in.
Caught and trapped in. Exactly. So we are all now caught in the digital web, because no matter, even if you stay
anything you do, everything, you have to have the web. It's like water now. You have to have it now, as opposed to it being a luxury long time ago. You gotta have it.
Well,
now.
Exactly, because to the powers that be, this is their heaven. This is not ours.
Right.
This is their heaven. But just like every civilization before, they're on their way down. They're finna fall. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now the thing is, what is normally their frame of thought? Well, if I gotta go, I'm taking somebody with me.
Yeah,
you know that crazy ass cliche. So that's the way that they think. We gotta understand and know what the opposition thinks and the way they move, and we see how they are moving. So right now, with us being aware, this is not the time to just be caught up in all of the propaganda and get all emotionally overcharged, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to emotionally overcharge the people, so therefore you're not thinking straight. You're going off of emotions and not going off of reason. And if you continue to go off emotions, you will be caught up before you know it. Next thing you know, you will be in one of those concentration camps, or one of these Walmart stores, or one of these Sam's Club stores that's been turned into the new work camp.
So check this out. This out. Go ahead, Paris. You go ahead, then I'm gonna go to something else. Y'all go ahead.
He's hitting on the head, Ben. You know, it's mind control and emotional control that you're doing with the propaganda. However, they've been doing this, for years upon years, and they really ramped it up over the last 10 years with the help of social media. And if I'm telling people, if you believe and respond emotionally to what they put on that TV screen, that you're going to be in trouble. And they're very good at what's called social engineering. I'm sure you've heard of MK Ultra.
Right.
So they're very tried and tested in the field of mind control. And that's what they're doing now. This is simply a psyop. This is simply a psyop that they're using to try to implement new world order, systems. That. So you to, faith over fear, man. And if you got that faith with the Most High, you're not going to be moved by this. But all those who rejected the Most High and tried to, rely on themselves, rely on their own strength in this world system, it's failing them now, and they don't know what to do.
Right. Now to switching it up a little bit, but still piggybacking on what we were just both talking about, and us talking about the chip and the mark of the beast. So what do you guys think of this thing here with Google and Apple teaming up for contact tracing of the COVID-19? So there's going to be an app. There's going to be an app that's supposed to tell you and the police. So if you come in contact with somebody who got this COVID-19, it's supposed to tell you, if you came in contact with them, where you was at. Now, here's the scary stuff, though. Here go the conspiracy theory in me that kick in. This thing also has your address. This thing also notifies the police. So let's say if you're not quarantining like you're supposed to, well, they got your address that you supposedly done came in contact with it, and you ain't called nobody to self-quarantine, and then boom, there they go. They can charge you. Like, there's a reason that they're making this app and I've never known. How can you even catch this thing electronically? Like, is this a smart virus or something? Is something that's engineered?
Right.
Yeah, y'all go ahead. I'm listening.
Out here in Louisville, Kentucky, man, they'll put you on an ankle bracelet if you don't do the quarantine.
I saw
They
that.
put you on an ankle bracelet.
I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
CJ, what you were saying?
Well, this is the whole thing with it. You got to remember, in order, whenever any agenda is they're trying to pass anything on the people that they know will violate people's rights, violate people's ethical codes, what they first do, they introduce something, they do it in a manner to where the people are aware, like they told you, and then over time they start talking about the benefits. They keep stressing the benefits, going back to something that one of Adolf Hitler's top generals said. He said, if you tell a lie consistently over and over and over again, it will become the truth. So, like I said, you can think of several things. You can think of several things within your own individual lifetime that start off, you was like, man, that shit's fucked up. And then you look at it now it's accepted. You see what I'm saying? Right. So even with this aspect of Google, I'm saying it to get to this point. With Google and Apple or Microsoft coming together to create an app, all they are doing is basically, in essence, putting the chips in more places. You know, the movie that this reminds me of is happening right now when they said that was Kingsman Part 1. Remember when Samuel L. Jackson was giving away free chips so people can have free phone service?
Right.
Remember, y'all ever seen the Kingsman?
I seen the Kingsman. Yeah. Yep.
Okay. If you saw Part 1 in the movie The Kingsman, Samuel L. Jackson was the antagonist of the movie. So the thing about it was, but he was a tech giant, and what his thing was, he was like, yo, people shouldn't have to pay for phone service. So he said, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. If you come, I'm giving out free chips to put in your phone, free SIM card to put in your phone, so that way you will never have to pay for phone service again. But the catch was inside those chips, when he hit a button, it activated a frequency. Now this is the part where science today, and people need to get up on their science, because you have to understand with all of these towers and things, they are emanating frequencies that affect us. So in the movie though, he hit this button, is the phones, the chips in the SIM cards sent out a frequency which turned people crazy. It drove people crazy. It turned off the natural inhibitors in their mind and made them start killing each other. Go back and look at that movie, because with them two doing this with the app, here's the thing about it. Apps are everywhere.
Right.
Apps are the new go-to thing.
They on everything, yeah, TV, everything. Yeah, they everywhere.
Exactly.
You're listening
so
to
the
this
thing
Johnny
about
Mac
it is,
show,
them doing this and they're using the COVID-19. Remember how the military, okay, for those who don't know, in the military, they always have a covert operation, meaning that we always have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's always a contingency plan, and there's always something underneath whatever you see on the surface. Right. So what you're seeing on the surface is they're going to do this so that way everybody can know if you're around somebody with COVID. Now, here's the social problem with that. People, okay, I'm going to use this line from Men in Black, Part 1. When Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith were sitting there talking, when Will Smith had first ran and tracked down, we chased that first alien, and him and Tommy Lee was sitting in the park. And Will was trying to tell him, like, yo, I know what I saw. You know, man, people are going to know the truth. And Tommy Lee Jones was basically telling him, the person is smart. The person is intelligent. But people are dumb and panicky. So the reality of it is, the people who get this app, they're going to.
Yo, it's your boy Johnny Mac, man. I hope y'all are enjoying this show, enjoying this podcast. We're going to take a quick break real quick, man. I'm going to get into a little music real quick, man. It's going to be this, I'm going to get into this pull up. Take a quick break, and then we're going to go back in, and then me and the guys, we're going to close off the rest of the show. I hope y'all liking it. Again, it's your boy Johnny Mac and the Johnny Mac Show. Let's do this.
Want some action? Pull up. Want some smoke? Pull up. Want some beef? Pull up. Want some drama? Pull up. 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 Want a bet? Pull up. Want a check? Pull up. Want a flex? Pull up. You disrespect? I'm up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. My pull up game strong. Show up at the mama home and I'm breaking out all of my chrome. I'm sick and tired of your little industry niggas talking gangster, but ain't living what you want. Now I'm here to regulate in the game. Niggas talking reckless off of my name. Mr. Main, I came back like I'm spawned. To niggas set me up, ain't no making done. Whoever said it, that to me. Deep down, you're really just proud of me. Now you wanna come around me? Like you, always been down with me. No way, Jose, get up out of my face. It ain't no peace. You're playing your case, but still in the end, I only EB. I come from a city where niggas, they kill for the thrill, chasing dreams for the meals in the game. Now that I came up on topic of conversation, social media spreading my name. Chasing a check, but I know these niggas want my neck, so I keep something close to explain. You come around me with all that tough and flex, it's gonna be the last time they hearing your name. Want some action? Pull up. Want some smoke? Pull up. Want some beef? Pull up. Want some drama? Pull up. 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 Want a bet? Pull up. Want a check? Pull up. Want a flex? Pull up. You disrespect? I'm up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Let me do me. I ain't got time for babysitting niggas out in the streets. All of that chitter chatter that you're doing is like a bitch that just came in the heat. Play pussy, get fucked. You ain't got no more luck. You done ran across some both of niggas that's armed and dangerous. This is my time, my era. I told these niggas I've been out here on my grind. It's a slim to nut chance of a nigga ever thinking that he stopping my shine. Whoever thinks that they got neck, put your money on the table. First last time, now he want a rematch. But the verdict came in about next time. And what they hit for? I ain't getting it off no back door. I'm rolling sevens on the come out. Bet 20 more like block boy. I'm still posted on the block boy. Is your man cuz I'm hot boy? Coming around these parts of town, yeah, might not make it out, boy. Want some action? Pull up. Want some smoke? Pull up. Want some beef? Pull up. Want some drama? Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
Listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Pull up. Want a flag? Pull up. You disrespect? I'm up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up. Pull up.
You're listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Have you ever been pulled over by the police at 4 a.m. drinking after a party? Is your landlord violating your lease? You going through divorce, adoption, or child support? If so, then you need Legal Shield. Legal Shield gives you the law in your pocket through an easy-to-use app for just $20 a month. Always have 24-hour access to an attorney near you. If you need this, email me at macworld2020@gmail.com. That's Macworld, MACKWORLD2020@gmail.com, and put the law in your pocket.
You're listening to the Johnny Mac Show, bitch.
Download it because they're gonna be like, I don't want to be the phobia. Now you're gonna hear about a COVID phobia getting ready to go on.
Right.
Like you had the transgen phobia or the homosexual phobia or the black phobia. All these damn phobias. See, remember, their whole thing is this system is run on fear and lack of knowledge. That is the main issue. Everything that they do is a fear tactic. So now when people are gonna feel safe and say, "Hey, I download the app, so I feel a little better," but you don't know what that app is. But all the security breaches that have happened over the last couple of years,
there you go.
Man, you shouldn't be downloading. Downloading nothing else.
There you go.
But you're gonna voluntarily give up your right. That's what we don't read, like the small print. That be with the terms and conditions when you download everything, you must agree to this and that. We don't never read that shit. But the reality is, if you read it, you will see that you are giving up a lot of your information. And then I can go into another conversation about the information that you're giving up, as far as that not being and separating that entity from you as a flesh and blood entity, but that's for another conversation.
I feel you. Okay. Yeah. And just even into that, let's talk Bill Gates. So what y'all think about what information do y'all think? I'm gonna put out what I found out in my research about Bill Gates and why I got my feelings about Bill Gates, and we can kind of build off of that. Now, my feelings with Bill Gates is that he should be arrested. He should be charged. Because of the thing is that they told us that nobody had ever heard of this COVID-19, and this nobody knew about this, and and it was a brand new thing. But yet we go to find out that in October of 2019 that Bill Gates was part of a drill that took place. I'm trying to pull it up now. They were part of a drill that took place.
It was Event 201.
Event 201. That's it. Event 201. And now here's the crazy things about Event 201 that took place that make it even bad. Dr. Fauci, the guy over the CDC that we've been seeing in the news lately, that's been in almost every administration since the first Bush. He's been the guy that's over diseases and control. Well, he's on the board with Bill Gates outside of this, so he knew about this drill too. That he looked up to us in the face on the news, telling us, that they've never heard none of it. And the name of the drill that they did when they did the practice of this drill in October. My problem with it, the name of the drill, the name of the virus that they were trying to avoid, that they were practicing a lockdown for and everything, the name of the virus was called coronavirus. Like, that's a problem to me. Like, and then right after that, it was October. So then in 2019, November, it starts in Wuhan, China, which that's where one of those offices that Bill Gates and Melinda Gates have is in Wuhan, China. So right after all of this whole thing pops up, and then he's being looked at as the hero that everybody's going to for the answer. And his answer, of course, is the vaccine that he's been screaming about for years. To me, it just seemed like it's too easy. It's almost like this can't even be happening this easy. Like, I know us three, we see this, but I don't know. I just wanted to build on that. Like, it's a whole. I'm pulling up some info to put on the slides that I got. But yeah, y'all can go ahead and start building on that, man. Just that whole scenario and that whole thing that's going on with that, man. What you guys think?
Well, we know Bill Gates is heavily connected. Bill with the World Health Organization the day before they announced that it was going to be they announced it as a pandemic. COVID-19 as a pandemic. Bill Gates, donated over $50 million to the WHO. Right. So basically, Bill Gates is the one who basically funds and is behind the World Health Organization and all they're pushing about this agenda. And that's why Trump just defunded the World Health Organization, and he gave a lot of reasons for it, but he really can't go on. And I'm not a Trump supporter in any form or fashion, but like I said, it's two different levels of evil compete with each other. We got Trump, which is the all about money evil, the capitalist evil, and then we have another level of evil, which I call more of a satanic level of evil, which is the Bill Gates, the Hillary Clintons, folks who that will kill you and do things and force you to have vaccines and take away your rights. And they're kind of going head to head. The other side of it is we got Donald Trump with that medicine. I forgot what it's called, hydrochlorine or whatever, which he says is helping people with coronavirus. But there is no coronavirus. It's a hoax. And we also know that he's also making money off of that here on his end. Right. So you got him trying to make money off the situation. You got the Bill Gates, Hillary Clinton, and World Health Organization to basically enslave us. So it's crazy on both sides. But you gotta follow the money. The Bible says that the love of money is the root of all evil. So if you can just follow the money and see where the money's going, you can clearly figure this out. But people are just so deceived by their own pride. They're deceived by their own trust in this world. If you're a nurse or you got family member who work in healthcare, then that pride won't allow you to see that it's a hoax. If you are a Democrat and you put your faith into the Democratic Party, then everything you're going to see is through an anti-Trump viewpoint. If you're a supporter of Trump, then everything you're going to see is going to be through a pro-Trump viewpoint. And all those viewpoints, all these different viewpoints are all based on falsehoods. And that's why the word says you got to renew your mind from the ways of this world and find your identity in Christ alone, because that's the only way you get able to see these things clearly. But because, again, people have rejected the truth for so long, they've been given over to a delusion. And this is what this whole hoax is about. It's a great delusion.
Now let me read this statement right here, and then I'm gonna let pass on to CJ. Now this was here's on the website on the John Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. This is the website, with Bill and Melinda Gates, and this is basically, in regards their response to the event 201, the event 201 global pandemic exercise. Again, that was the John Hopkins, the World Economic Forum, which is leaders from every one of the countries. It's pretty much like a United World Nations, just another name for it. And then you got the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, who sponsored this thing here. And here's a statement that they put out. Now it says here, in October 2019, the John Hopkins Center for Health Security hosted a pandemic tabletop exercise called Event 201 with the partners of the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Recently, the Center for Health Security has received numerous questions about whether the pandemic exercise predicted the current novel coronavirus outbreak in China. To be clear, the Center for Health Security and partners did not make a prediction during our tabletop exercise for the scenario. But for the scenario, we modeled a fictional coronavirus pandemic, but we explicitly stated that it was not for prediction. Instead, the exercise served to highlight preparedness and response to challenges that would likely arise in a severely pandemic. We are not now predicting that the COVID-19 outbreak will kill more than 65 million people. Although our tabletop exercise included a mock novel coronavirus that inputs what we need use modeling for potential impact of the coronavirus, and the virus are not similar to the COVID-19. And so I'm just saying, they put it right here in front of us that they just played us. How are these people not being held accountable, and how are they not under arrest? I mean, I couldn't go do a fake bank robbery with a bunch of friends and then go pull it off, the same bank robbery, use name, because we hadn't even heard coronavirus. Well, nobody even saying the word coronavirus. And then starting in November, we started hearing the word coronavirus. This thing happened in October. I mean, and so that's got me like that, just that alone. And then just to know that Dr. Fauci, he was on this board, so he knew that this was going on too. And for him to get right on TV and play like, he'd never seen yeah. So, I just wanted to, that's one of the topics I was putting out there, man. Y'all keep building on it. CJ, you still there?
Nah, you can.
Yeah, man.
You hit it on.
Give me 1 second. I'm still here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, I got you, brother. Yes, sir.
Nah, man. That it's they had a simulation. This is in a lot of ways a live simulation, and a couple of people have messed up in their speeches and actually said that this is a simulation. But it's a live simulation. I saw FEMA
did too. I saw FEMA said it was just a drill. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I remember, I was in Boston. I was in Boston. I was actually at the Boston Marathon bomb. And I was actually there for that, man. And I tell you, man, I worked right on outside where it happened. And after the bombs went off, man, when we hit the street and was trying to get out the area, man, it had so many CIA, FBI, Secret Service. I mean, I'm talking about they had them cars loaded for miles. I counted at least 100 different cars, CIA, FBI, Secret Service. So we know that they're behind this type of thing. And it's I didn't see it with my own eyes. I've seen the operation with my own eyes. So they do these type of things, and they're really sloppy, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And if you got eyes to see and ears to hear, you can really deconstruct what's going on.
Right.
But again, they've over the years have really turned up the mind control, because it's a fear-based thing, and so many people are fearful. They've created a culture where people are jacked up with anxiety medicine. They got you jacked up on all this social media. They got you emotionally already. You're already emotionally messed up to begin with. And
then they locked you in the house. They locked you in the house, took out all the sports and all the distractions, and made you watch it. So you ain't got no choice. They locked you in the house to make you sit there and watch the madness too. And
you know what's funny? What my man said is this is all voluntary. See, the funny thing about this is when we talk about conspiracy theory, we talk about New World Order, we talk about martial law. A lot of times we talk about it from the standpoint of them using armed
forcing
force
us to do it,
to get us to comply. But what people don't really understand is that it's going to be a while before it gets to any type of armed conflict, because they can control people and get people to voluntarily do what they want. They don't have to shoot a bullet.
Right.
And that is much more effective. And for them to get into because I know for a fact that I've got friends around the country. I know that I know people in militaries, the oath keepers and things like that. And even though I would never fight for a constitution, because I wouldn't kill or put my life on the line in defense of a country that I'm not a real citizen of. However, there's plenty of people that's out there that's willing to die for this Constitution, the United States of America, and they got all types of weapons. And they're not like these brothers hanging around in the hoods that can't shoot straight. Like these cats is going to the shooting range, like they lost already and wrote it, and they know that. And of course they're going to be able. Of course, the government ultimately could defeat any militia group. It's just they would have to go through things that they would rather not go through to do that. If they can eliminate,
they can make you do it, because we doing it. You got citizens turning in other citizens. Like if somebody see you without a mask on somewhere, man, they be ready to fight. The citizens are ready to fight. You don't even have to. You could just walk without a mask and accidentally sneeze, man. They gonna be about to beat you up. Like that'll cause. And that's the citizens. That ain't even the police gonna have to break them up to get them off of you. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and let me interject real quick on that. And see, that is part of the division. And I was talking to a brother the other day, and I said the racists are loving this time. You want to know why? Now they ain't gotta fake it, because now they ain't gotta come near you. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because now you don't have to shake hands. People are like, oh no, I ain't gotta touch you, I ain't gotta smile at you, I can put my mask on. But even once the mask thing became a thing, my son looked at me. He said, man, why is all of a sudden everything looking like what's that movie? When you get the one day to get the Purge. He said, why is everything looking like the Purge now? I said, exactly. I said, because they put it in your mind and tell you things before.
Fed it to you for 3 years. The number one movie for the last 3-4 years. Fed it to you, stuffed it to you, made sure you seen it, watched it, ran marathons on it, and now, you finna live out the city. Yeah.
Now, what I wanted to do real quick, I want to go back and touch on some things that about the Bill Gates situation and some things that the brother Parrish said. Just want to add a few things to that. One, Bill Gates. Your Clintons, all of those high Illuminati people that we know about, we have to understand that they are working with extraterrestrial beings. They are working with beings, as the Bible states it, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We wrestle against spiritual principalities and spiritual wickedness in high places. These are beings who come to this plane, and they come here with the intent on making humans subservient to them and passing themselves off as gods. Now, I'm saying that because if you think about something that they said in Thor Ragnarok, if you go back to the movie Thor, the first Thor, when Thor landed on Earth and he was talking to Jane Foster and stuff, they put a lot of this stuff in the movies, but there is real significance to it. So the thing was, he was talking to Jane Foster or whatever, and he said, and they was like, how old are you? He was like, I'm thousands of years old. He said, and to you, I will be a god. You know what I'm saying? Because of how we associate words with things. You know what I'm saying? So for one, communication is very important. But the thing about all of these Illuminati members or all of these people in these high places, they are actually nothing but the children or the spawn of what we would call the devil, which we know the devil to be actually an extraterrestrial race of beings as well.
Right.
So that's the first thing. We gotta get past it. They put it out there in all these movies like Independence Day, Aliens, Predator. They are showing you, but it seems so far-fetched because it's science fiction. The thing we have to do is understand what part is science and understand what part is fiction.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Understand what's not real, because there's an oxymoron. You can't have science and fiction. That's an oxymoron. That's like big and small. They don't go together.
They don't go together. Yeah.
So that's the issue with that. Understanding what we're dealing with. So now understanding that these beings, these people are dealing or working for higher beings. The coronavirus itself, this whole pandemic that they started, is an alien agenda. You see what I'm saying? This ain't a man agenda. This is an alien agenda. Now I want to say, because the coronavirus is very real. It's very real. The way it's being propagated is false. Now the thing is, you have to ask yourself this. Okay, because remember when the epidemic first hit, and they were talking about it, what did everybody say? Man, go look on the back of your Lysol can, and boom, you saw coronavirus. Coronavirus has been here for years.
Right.
It's been here. It's been here for years. But see, the thing about it is, just like the common cold, just like influenza, just like certain of these diseases that keep popping up, these are alien diseases. Now, when I say alien or extraterrestrial, I mean it in this simple form like this. We're not necessarily just talking about beings, but we're talking about bacteria or germs that live on meteorites and things that impact the earth. These are still living species of things that are not from this planet. And when that meteorite hits here or lands on this planet and it releases these germs, they have to find a host. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, we're not just talking about creatures that can walk and talk. We're talking about bacteria as well can extraterrestrial. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, when you start talking about the coronavirus, the thing is, every virus, everything that happens in the scientific community, when they name a disease or anything, they name it either based on a person or a location. So when this coronavirus came out, people said that it originated in Wuhan. It couldn't originate in Wuhan because coronavirus was already documented in the book of the medical field. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all follow? Okay. So the thing is, where did the coronavirus first come from? The coronavirus really first comes from Corona, Mexico, which is down there where, which is not too far from where the Roswell in
the Roswell
Mexico.
alien landing happened. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this virus came with those beings that crash landed then. That's why it was named the coronavirus, because when the government came in, half of those into Roswell, they took some to Area 51 and some to Corona, Mexico, to a facility there.
Right.
So we have to understand and break these things down. Now, being that this is all an alien agenda, you've seen, like I said, they put out there in many movies, when the aliens come in, what do they want to do? They want to enslave the human population, and they want to take over the world. And you have these, and they use these beings that are here, these humans who are here, who have surrendered themselves to their command in order to get these things done. They use them as their goons, or their ghouls, to be more precise.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when we talk about what the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is really a part of, they're really a part of something that you said, something so satanic, because they're dealing with satanic beings. They're dealing with those beings who actually don't give a care about it. The same being that in the Bible they said that God destroyed everybody by a flood, right?
Right.
But here's the reality. The word for God is in the Bible is a plural word. It's not a singular word. It's a group. If you go back and look it up, the word is Elohim. So when you go back and look that word up, it means a group of beings. So it wasn't one specific God that said, I'm going to destroy humans. It was a group of them that didn't like humans. And when they realized that things that humans do, they said, we got to wipe them out. So now, fast forward, and you get down to what Jesus said, as it was in the days of Noah, socially being in. And what do we see? People still partying. They on Instagram. They having
Ain't nobody
Instagram
even
parties.
caring. Yeah, they having DJ parties.
People drinking. People getting tatted all up.
Nobody's
people deforming
serious.
themselves. Nobody is really paying attention to the signs of the time.
No, everybody's serious, and nobody's serious. They waiting on it to go back. That's all everybody think it's gonna go back to.
Right, but they think, but they're deluding themselves. And so the thing is, to hit on the last point that Paris was just making about the warfare tactic, the thing is, by the time people say, yo, man, by the time the mass majority wake up and realize, yo, man, we've been duped this whole damn time, now they are already in place. They have an electric and a digital grid around the planet where niggas ain't nowhere you can go. They can't go ahead and isolate you or take you out from a satellite beam or from one of these fucking towers. They can hit you with a frequency beam and kill you instantly. Right. They ain't even got to shoot.
Thanks.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's the reality of how things are getting. And people think they're going to get better. No, they're going to get a whole lot worse. There's a lot going on that people do not recognize and do not see because they are caught up in the smoke and mirrors. Now, I want to just say this point. I'm going to turn the flow back over.
Okay.
In Hollywood, what's the saying in Hollywood? On the big screen, it's all smoke and mirrors. Well, what the fuck is your TV screen? Smoke and mirrors. We call it a television. It means to tell lies to the vision.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? But people, like you said, people are sitting there at home watching these lies, taking them as fact.
And they get scared and scared because they done took everything off, all the sport, everything. It ain't nothing on but this stuff and the people party.
And so the reality of it is now you got people at home, paranoid, and they're going, because see, remember, all the media outlets are controlled by only 6 companies.
Right.
6 companies control all the world's media. All the world. I'm not just talking about in America. I'm talking about Algeria.
All over
I'm
everywhere.
I'm talking about in China.
Right.
All of them. This is a global agenda.
That's how come. I don't know if you remember them YouTube videos. They'll show a news person saying the exact same thing all over from every local station all the way to China to Mexico to all of these places. Everybody.
And here's the funny part. They all use the same stock footage.
Yes.
Like we said. Like
CBS just got caught up using
No, I was gonna say somebody just did a video on YouTube. I shared it with you. I think I shared it with you, Jay. But they showed that the footage that they was using, it was independent people who went out to go validate what the major media was saying about all these hospitals, and they rolled up to hospitals and hospitals empty as hell.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody there.
Ain't nobody. It's empty. It's empty.
But on the news, they have actors. See, that's the thing about it. Well, we have to realize.
And mannequins too. They've been uncovered using mannequins to running mannequins into the hospital. They've been, using mannequins, telling us that it's people, dying and covered up and running them in, and they cover them mannequins.
Because remember, all of this is about deceiving the sight. You know what I'm saying? Which is one of the easiest things to deceive. But see, we are stepping away from reality, and we are slowly, bit by bit, getting plugged into virtual reality. I don't
want to cut it short, y'all. I actually gotta go now. I gotta let my daughter get to this schooling thing. Do y'all can we do a part 2? Are y'all free to do a part 2 like later today or tomorrow? Yeah, because this is good, man. And then we ain't even got through half the stuff. Like we got stuff. Like we could be all day. This is great, man. This is like beautiful. So yeah, man, we'll set up something off the screen and set up to where we can do this again, or we can do this every other day, or however y'all free. This is great, man. This is I'm loving this.
And there's a lot more to touch on. Let me know. I'm pretty open in terms of times, man. I'm celebrating the last day of Passover today, man. So I ain't doing much, man. So if you want to go later today, just shoot me a message and we'll make it happen, man. It's definitely blessed.
Okay, definitely. If it ain't today, it'll be tomorrow or something. We'll figure it out. We'll get it, where we can get all 3 of us and get our time together. And I want to do the thing, but she got to log in and got some classes, and so I got to get off the Zoom and let her get the Zoom.
Okay.
That was another thing I wanted to talk about too, like distance learning. I'm sure, I don't know if y'all got kids, or, well, I know CJ, I know you got kids, I got kids. I don't know if you got kids, Paris, or not. I'm sure you know somebody with kids or something. And like, I wanted to talk about the distance learning, like them finna have to do that for the next, it's a lot. It's a lot that we can. This building is great, man. It's beautiful. But I got to go ahead and get to my dad and do this. Did y'all got anything else y'all want to say to wrap it up before we close out though?
Yeah, all good, man. We touched on a lot, man. There's still much more to touch on, but we touched the basis, man. Let's continue to research and share this information on social media as much as we can and try to help people.
Yes, sir. What about you, CJ? What you want to close it out on? Anything?
All I want to say to all the listeners is get the facts. Get the facts, no fables. In the words of UGK, we want the facts, no fables. Get the facts about everything that you can. You know what I'm saying? And take everything that you hear with a grain of salt.
There you go.
And that's what I got.
All right. Well, definitely, yeah. So the next time we come back, man, let's we're gonna come back and see whatever news that done dug up by then, and then try to keep putting it out here at least until all this crap is over with, man. And man, I appreciate you brothers, and you brothers have a great day. And I'm gonna get on and get to this daddy thing, man.
All right, now.
All right.
Pleasure to be here.
All right, y'all.
All right, man. Shouts out to the brother CJ and the brother Paris, man. I appreciate them. Thank them so much for coming in. Yeah. It was awesome. So from what I understand from them, I think I'm doing another podcast tonight. A Zoom podcast that I'm doing with a guy named Chris Cash. We kind of been Facebook friends for a while. Kind of when I first started podcasting, I used to kind of pop in his and listen to his. And so I think we're going to do one and kind of do a roundtable talking about pretty much some of the same issues and some of the stuff that's going on today. I think we may have the homie Paris on there again. I'm not sure if CJ going to make it today, but as always, I'm definitely going to have CJ. He'll be showing up in and out. And I'm just calling him CJ because he has a different name and it's like super long and I don't want to mess it up and disrespect it or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, want to make sure that that's right. So, with all that said, man, that was it. That was a good show. Like I said, I enjoyed it. I think we all got a lot of knowledge and, got a lot of stuff off, and that was just the beginning. So within the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, and however long this quarantine lasts, I'll be definitely here, as long as they let us, and try to bring you guys something to get you through the quarantine and something to open your mind up and get you to going. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, I can't think of I don't know. I can't think of nothing else to go off of, man. Make sure that if y'all got questions and stuff, man, you can send them to Macworld, MACKWORLD 2020 at gmail.com. You got music, you got questions, you got ideas. If you even want to get on the podcast, like, hit me up. Hit me up. If you got some real knowledge and you want to talk and you want to get on this thing, we can get on here and we can make it do. I'm even doing them on Zoom too, so I'll be adding them to a group. I got a group on Facebook called Loud Silence. And that's just pretty much my group, and that's where I'm going to be putting my podcast and just information, news clips, all that kind of stuff that's going on. So, man, yeah, pop up in there, man. Even if you guys underground music and you want to drop some videos, drop me some videos. You can drop them into the group. It's all good. And, man, we just going to work this thing and run it until we can, until it runs out, man. So, that's it, man. And, like I said, we're going to just kind of take it on in, and that's going to be a show for today. All right. That's going to be the show. So that's it, man, and I'll catch you guys here later. Later, alligator, or whatever they say. All right, one.